Hey everybody, I am recording this on the Saturday of the Labor Day weekend. I was looking around the web to find information so that you could use the binder a little bit better, use the book for our class a little bit better, and I had trouble finding anything on the web, so I'm recording something on how to use the binder through the web. And you're going to find that this is really the first way that you really access the binder, so I thought it might help to sort of learn a little bit about it. If you take a look, you'll see that you can go to Talon, click on Send to Binder, and it'll send you around to the Binder website. The Binder website is up here. You'll see the URL there. It's, I think, a really good way to use the binder. It can be a useful way to access the chapters of our textbook. You can sort of send them down through Talon. You can see here that there's also a button here that can get you back to Talon from this site to bring things to the binder. And once it's in the binder, it's everywhere. It's in the binder on the web. It's in the Binder app on tablets, on Android and iPad tablets too. There's a lot of functions here. I'm not going to get into all the functions, but let me just sort of go through some of the basic ones. So once I have gotten some files into the binder, you can see I've got our first 3 chapters there, and we can just sort of access them clicking on there. And this is a really nice way to read the book on a computer. It's not quite as full-featured as the app, but it has some advantages over just reading in Talon. One of the things you'll notice is if you're using the application on a tablet, you get the access to those things, so that this is the freehand drawings, and this is all the access to all the freehand drawings. You'll see them included there. And so this is just there. When you did it in the app, it'll show up in the web access too. The main thing that you can do on the web is highlight the text and have it show up in the areas over there, so that you can see I highlighted the text. Once I highlight it by just sort of scrolling over with the mouse, I then get this sort of pop-up, and I can choose yellow highlight, I can choose underline, all those other colors. So I think that's a handy way to sort of set markers and highlight, and that's really the main things you can do on the web. And so you see here, I highlighted this section, and now the highlighted portion shows up over here in the list, and I can sort of click on this list and move from place to place in the reading. Much better than just reading it page by page, scrolling through it in Talon. And one of the things that I would really suggest you do is that you use the highlighting, if you're only going to use it on a computer and a highlight, is to really bookmark, so that this little highlight bookmarks are section numbers. I do use those section numbers. I think they could be valuable. So that would be one thing you could do. If you only access the binder on the web, you could do a little navigation that way. And again, I've highlighted down here. You see that I've highlighted this section number, and it's a little hard to see on this screen, but if you look down here, you'll see that I've taken the highlighted portion here, and it shows up in my list, and I can just sort of click on it there, and I'll go to that place in the book. Alright, well, I think this is really kind of my first shot at using ebooks. I want to give you some good tools for using books that are not in print, and the web-based version of the binder, I think, is really a good way to make that book much more usable. I do have a handout, you'll see it, really a document on Talon, talking about all the different ways we can read this book. It's a little bit late coming, but I'm hoping that it'll be useful for you to use that book in a more convenient way. Thanks for listening.